Welcome to the training session on supporting NDIS participants in accessing social, recreational, and community. This session will help you understand your role, responsibilities, and limitations when providing these services under the NDIS framework. The ultimate goal is to enhance the participants' independence, social inclusion, and overall well-being while maintaining professional standards. Depending on the participant's NDIS plan, you may provide several types of support as a support worker. In the case of access to community, social, and recreational activities, your role focuses on three key areas. First, fostering social inclusion and building relationships, helping the participant feel connected, engaged, and part of their community. Second, enhancing independence in everyday activities, supporting them to navigate community spaces with confidence and as much independence as possible. And third, promoting physical and mental well-being through recreational engagement. This could include going for a walk, attending a class, or simply getting outdoors and active. These supports are all about empowering the participant to live a more fulfilling, connected, and healthy life. Let's talk about some common examples of community, social, and recreational activities you might support as part of a participant's NDIS plan. Attending social gatherings, community events, or group activities, anything that helps the participant stay connected and involved. Supporting them to access recreational programs, like local sports, art classes, or other hobbies they enjoy. Accompanying the participant to medical appointments, making sure they arrive safely, on time, and with the support they need. And finally, engaging in outdoor activities like going for a walk, which can be great for both physical health and social interaction. Your role is to make these activities more accessible, enjoyable, and aligned with the participants' goals. As a support worker, you play a vital role in helping participants engage in community, social, and recreational activities. Your focus is not just on the activity itself, but also on ensuring the participant feels safe, supported, and respected throughout the process. Let's break this down into two key responsibilities. First, ensuring safety and well-being. Always take a moment to consider any potential risks before the activity begins. During the activity, stay observant, keep an eye on how the participant is feeling, both physically and emotionally, and respond if something doesn't seem right. Second, providing transportation assistance. You may be asked to support the participant in getting to and from an activity or appointment. Make sure the journey is safe, comfortable, and that you arrive on time. Punctuality can make a big difference in the participant's experience. Let's look at the next three key areas of your role. Third, promoting independence. One of your most important responsibilities is to encourage participants to take the lead wherever possible. Support should be provided only when it's truly needed, such as assistance with mobility or communication. Your goal is to empower the participant, not to take over. Even small steps towards independence can have a big impact on confidence and well-being. Fourth, respecting preferences and choices. Every participant is different, with their preferences, routines, and ways of doing things. Your role is to adapt to their unique needs and help create an environment that feels positive, inclusive, and supportive. Respecting their choices shows trust and builds stronger relationships. And fifth, maintaining professional boundaries. It's essential to keep all interactions aligned with the participant's NDIS goals and service agreement. Always deliver services ethically and professionally, keeping a clear boundary between support and personal involvement. This helps protect both you and the participant and ensures your support remains focused and effective. As a support worker, your role is limited to the tasks outlined in the participant's NDIS plan and the agreed services with AU Plus Caring Services. Here are 6 key limitations to keep in mind. First, support workers are not responsible for providing medical treatment or emergency care. However, if you hold a current first aid certificate and an emergency arises, you may provide basic first aid within your training, but only until emergency services arrive. Call 000 immediately and inform AU Plus Caring Services Management after the incident. Second, Support workers should not be contacted by participants for personal matters or issues outside of their scheduled hours. If the participant wants to change the day or time of support, that request must go through AU Plus Caring Management, not directly with the worker. And if something urgent comes up outside of your shift, kindly redirect the participant to a relevant helpline or their support coordinator. Third, do not take part in activities that are unsafe, unapproved, or outside NDIS-funded support. That means not taking on personal favors, not joining in high-risk activities that haven't been approved, and never doing anything that could put you or the participant at risk. If you're ever unsure whether something is appropriate, always check with AU Plus Caring Services Management before proceeding. Fourth, never make promises or commitments on behalf of Plus Caring or yourself when it's beyond your role. Always refer these requests to the appropriate person. Fifth, you should not manage the participant's money, banking, or financial decisions. And finally, sixth, you must not provide support beyond the agreed-upon hours unless approved by AU Plus Caring Services. Following these boundaries help protect you and the participant, and ensure safe, professional, and compliant support. Let's now look at 3 real-life situations you might encounter while supporting participants in the community. In each case, we'll consider what a professional response looks like, and how to stay within your role and responsibilities. Scenario 1. No money for a meal. Imagine this: you're supporting a participant who wants to go out for a meal. You've helped them get ready, you're out and about, and then they realize they've forgotten their wallet, or they don't have enough money to cover the cost of the meal. In this situation, it's important to gently remind the participant that paying for meals and personal expenses is their responsibility, not yours. You shouldn't cover the cost yourself or assist with handling their money, as financial management falls outside of your role. Instead, offer an alternative. You might suggest heading to a nearby park, going for a walk, or attending a free community event. It's about being supportive while maintaining clear boundaries. Scenario 2. Drinks at the pub. Now picture this. A participant invites you to go with them to the local pub as part of their social goals. While you're there, they encourage you, maybe even insist, that you have a drink with them, saying things like, "Come on, relax, have a beer with me." As tempting as it might be to keep things friendly, it's really important to remember that consuming alcohol while on shift is not allowed. You're there in a professional capacity, and maintaining that boundary is essential. In this case, you should politely decline and explain that you're there to support them. If the participant continues to pressure you, let your supervisor know. Always prioritize your safety and professionalism. Let's talk about another real-world situation. You arrive at a participant's home to support them in attending a planned community activity, maybe a group outing, a fitness class, or even just a walk in the park. But when you get there, the participant says, "I don't feel like going. Let's just stay in." As a support worker, your role is to encourage and enable participation, but never to pressure or force someone into doing something they don't want to do. In this case, you might gently explore why they are feeling reluctant. Ask open, respectful questions like, "Is there anything you're worried about?" Or "Would you feel more comfortable doing a quieter activity instead?" If the participant still prefers to stay in, that's okay. You can offer a meaningful alternative that aligns with their plan, perhaps a social activity at home, or some light preparation for a future outing. Just remember, your focus is on supporting their choice while encouraging participation where appropriate. If this becomes a recurring pattern, it's important to let your supervisor or the AUPCS team know, so it can be addressed through proper channels. Here's the last situation that might come up, and we'd like to discuss. You're supporting a participant, and during your time together, they mention wanting to use their NDIS plan to buy something for the house, maybe a small appliance, a video game console, or home decor. They might say something like, "That's what my plan is for, can you just sort it for me?" In this case, it's important to stay within your role. As a support worker, you're not authorized to make decisions about how a participant's NDIS funds are used, and you shouldn't assist with purchasing items or booking services that haven't been clearly pre-approved. You should also avoid making any promises beyond the scope of your role. Instead, Thank the participant for sharing and offer to escalate the request by passing it on to the right person, such as their support coordinator or plan manager. You could say something like, "That sounds important, let me raise it with the team so we can make sure it goes through the right channels." These real-life scenarios show just how important your judgment, professionalism, and boundaries are in everyday support work. While each situation is different, the key is to stay person-centered, work within your role, and reach out for guidance when something falls outside your scope. If you're ever unsure, pause, reflect, and speak with your supervisor or the AUPCS team. You're never expected to navigate it alone. Let's wrap up this training with a few key best practices that help ensure high-quality, person-centered support. First, communicate clearly. Always keep the participant informed about the day's plans, and take the time to ask for their input. This helps build trust and keeps them involved in their support. Next, be adaptable. Things can change, whether it's the weather, the participant's mood, or unexpected delays. Being flexible and responsive to their needs is part of providing great support. Also, remember to document activities properly. This means keeping clear records of your support and completing the progress note report and incident reports. And finally, stay informed by knowing the participants' NDIS goals and always follow AU Plus Caring Services policies. They are there to guide and protect both you and the participant. That brings us to the end of this training. As a support worker, you play a vital role in helping participants live more connected, independent, and fulfilling lives. By staying within your role, respecting boundaries, and promoting inclusion, you're not just delivering a service, you're making a real difference. If you have any questions or need further support, please don't hesitate to reach out. We are here to help you succeed in your role. Thank you for your care, professionalism, and commitment to the people we support.